So welcome to an introduction to video marketing. My intention is to give an overview of video marketing so that you can have confidence that you can record video and use it for marketing of your own product and service. I should stand in front of the camera so that I actually can see myself here. And just to give a little bit of background about myself, I started in video back in high school, which was in 1984, 1985. I was the station manager in charge of our video production. We also worked right with our local cable company at the time. We produced our football games, our basketball games, and then in 1984, you may remember that cable TV was being introduced to the United States, and there was a television program on cable. Dire Straits wrote a hit song about it. You might remember, I want my MTV. Yeah, and so as a local cable TV station, we produced our own local version of MTV. We call it Back Porch Video, where as high school students, we took over the studio for 3 hours every Saturday night. So we got to do the camera and the lighting and the directing and the audio and the graphics, and we played our own homemade videos as well as these national videos. It was a ton of fun, great experience, and that has lived with me ever since. And so that's how I got my foray into video, was back in high school with a lot of hands-on interaction. Since that time, I have dabbled in video over the years, and I have, in the last probably 2 years, I don't know how many videos I have, but probably between 500 and 600 videos up on YouTube on one of my dozen or so different YouTube channels, and I use them for all types of marketing of my own products and services, and I work as well with a number of professionals and local business owners and helping them to market their business on the internet. So, why video? Why do you want to choose video to help market your product or service? Well, the same reason that we're all here today at this Successful Thinkers or any meetup group that you go to or any other type of group is that you want to connect with people so that they can build that know, like, trust factor, and video is the absolute best way to do that for you as a person, not being there face to face, but having a video up, helping you brand yourself, but also connect with that person that's watching that video. And YouTube is the second most frequently used search engine. Google's number one, and it's not Yahoo or Bing, but it's YouTube is the second most used search engine. And 56% or so right now of internet traffic is people watching video. So if you think about that, more than half of all the time that people are spending on the internet right now is people watching video. So the idea with video is to put your best pitch right on a video and then put it up on your website, your blog, put it up on your Facebook, put it up on your Google Places, and it's there working 24/7 helping to promote your product and service. And the other part of video that you really want to think about is reputation management. Now, we have a lot of independent people, but there's also a lot of people that are with national companies. And so, and you may corroborate this, you may confirm this, if you're going to consider doing business with someone, more than likely you're going to put that business name into Google, hit enter, and see what comes up. Is there good reviews? Is there bad reviews? Is there a third party saying something? And wouldn't you love to have your own video, you giving your best pitch, talking about your product and service? Video really helps to establish you as an authority. It helps you be a leader, and it helps you be an expert in your industry or field. So, what do you put on your videos? And the first thing that you want to think about is, most likely, if you're an independent person, you're going to want to be the spokesperson. You want to be in front of the camera talking about your product or service. And so that way, people get to know, like, and trust you. And any industry, you're going to have the same type of questions again and again, the frequently asked questions, and there's probably 10 or 12 of those. And so that is probably where you'd want to start. And if you're not exactly sure what those are, just start typing in your industry, looking up what questions about your industry, and then you're going to come up with a list. So you've got your 10 or 12 frequently asked questions. Well, then you want to make sure you research it and you get really good content, rehearse it so that you get comfortable, and then you get confident and competent. Then you turn on the camera, you record it, and then you can watch yourself. You don't like it, do it again. You know, that's the thing about videos, you can do it again and again. So ideally you focus on the 10 or 12 frequently asked questions, you get those down, and then there's going to be a deeper level where people that know about the product and service that you offer, they're going to have a second set of questions. They're educated to a point where they're going to have, well, we call them should ask questions. Okay, they're at a deeper level. So there's another 10 or 12 questions that you can answer right on camera. Okay, so frequently asked questions and should ask questions, and there's a ton of content right there. If you're branding yourself out there and you have all these answers, you know, if you say, one of the most frequently asked questions I get is, you know, and then you go on from there, and so that's what the content of your videos are. Again, it's going to build you as being trustworthy, credible, and an authority figure with your videos. And the bottom line is, it's really about you helping and serving the people that you're going to be working with. And the questions that you really should be asking yourself when you're putting these videos together is, how can I bring more value? If someone's coming to watch this video, you want to provide value so that they really feel like, oh, this is really good content. I'm glad I watched this video. And, you know, how can I help? How can I serve? These are all things that you want to consider. You know, what's in it for me is the question that people are going to be asking when they're watching your video. So kind of come at it from that angle. Now, a couple things to consider is when you're recording your video, the average time spent on YouTube watching the video is less than a minute. I think it's like 58 seconds. So if you have a lengthy topic that you want to talk about, just chop it up. Make it a couple of different videos. After a minute 15, a minute 30, unless your video is really engaging and you're really good, most likely they're going to look for the next video. So just something to consider. At the end of your video, you want to have some type of call to action. What do you want them to do if they're watching your video? You want them to call you? You want them to go to your blog? You want them to go to your website? Is there something else that you want them to do? You want them to make comments on your blog or website? You want them to subscribe? You want to give them a thumbs up? These are all things that you can do at the end of your video. So a common thing that comes up with people that are considering getting on video is, well, I don't like being in front of video. Anyone a little bit camera shy? Okay. There are a lot of alternatives to being in front of the camera. One of the things you can do is put up a photo on your screen. Okay, there's some screen capture software where you can record whatever's on your computer screen while you're narrating behind it, and you can put up pictures, you can put up PowerPoint slides, you can put up graphs or whatever. As the voiceover is going, you're not in front of it, but you're hearing your voice. So you're recording a good content video, and I'm sure you've all watched these videos. So you don't have to be in front of the camera. The ideal is that yes, you are, so people can know, like, and trust you, but still, again, you can create really good quality content by having a PowerPoint slide presentation or something like that. There are a couple of different software options if you're going to record PowerPoint slide. One that you pay for is called Camtasia. That's probably the one that's most well known. You're going to be, for the newest version, you're talking $500 or $600 for a capture. It's a screen capture software, and there's a free one that's out there. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles, but it does great. It's called Cam Studio is the name of it. And again, it's a free download. It's open source, so you can put it on your computer and you can hit record, and boom, you're off and going, recording the screen on your computer. Third one is Jing, JING.com. If you're taking notes, you want to do this. That's a really good one for recording whatever's on your computer to create these videos. Another possibility is to outsource the videos. And you can create a script. And one of my favorite websites, and I shared this the other day, it's called Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. You go there and you type in the search bar. People will do all kinds of fun stuff, crazy stuff. They'll create headers, they'll create banners, they'll create voiceovers, they'll do all kinds of stuff for $5. Okay, my favorite new website, I've outsourced a bunch of stuff for $5, and it's good professional quality content. And you'd be amazed what you get. So you could have a professional voiceover for $5, and then you have someone else create a video for $5. you've got a video for 10 bucks that's a really smoking video, you know, so just as an idea, yeah.
What site is that again?
It's fiverr.com, fiverr.com. So it's a great resource. Okay, so production, all right. What kind of setting do you have for your videos? And one of the most important things for your videos is the lighting, okay? With this camera that I have in front of me, I have an option to boost the aperture so I get a little bit more light in the camera. But if you're going to be producing a video, you want to make sure that you're not dark, like you're in a cave or something like that, so people can see the expression on your face. You want to make sure that you have good camera. At the same time, you don't want to be burning so that you're like kind of like a halo and that's all you can see, you know? You want to have good quality lighting. Audio, I mean, you probably all watch video with really bad audio and you're like trying to hear it, listen, you're like, what is that? And it's like, you want to make sure that you have good, clean audio. Along with that, you don't want to have background noise, like servers serving stuff, you know? No. You don't want to have traffic outdoors, you know? You don't want to have the kids running around. You don't want to have the buzz of the AC, the fan blowing. Shh. These are all things to consider when you're recording video. You don't want to have distractions, so people are having to fight through the background noise to get a clean audio when you're recording. Third component is background. What is the background that you record against? Now, you want to have it somewhat interesting if you can. Plain background, a plain wall is fine, okay? You don't want to have it distracting or too busy. If you can, stage it really nicely. Put some plants in there, have some nice curtains or whatever. Make it nice and appealing so it's not distracting. They're kind of like, what's that in the background? Oh, there's some dirty laundry. Look at that clothes basket over there, you know? So make sure you stage it nicely so that people are not going, oh, look at that. That's so cheesy. Look at that background or whatever. You know, make it look nice. Okay, cameras. Obviously, you know, people that have, who has a camera on their phone? Who has an iPhone? Okay, just about everyone. There's your camera. Okay, you don't need much more than that. You watch videos now, I mean, it doesn't have to be super great quality. This is a camera, right? You can also use your laptop. Pop open your laptop. A lot of them will have the video camera right built in. If you don't have a video camera in your laptop or on your PC, you can get them now for 12 bucks, 15 bucks. You probably want to spend about $30 or $40 for a PC camera that will plug in and also have a microphone. There it is. You know, they're HD cameras. That's all you need is $30, $40 for your own studio, essentially. You know, you're up and running. This is a Kodak ZI-8. This is, who's heard of a flip before? A flip camera? Okay, a couple of you. I like the Kodak because it has a microphone jack that you can plug in, and it also has memory chips so that you can put in a 4 or an 8 gig and keep popping them in and not have to worry about running out of memory. So those are two different factors, two different options that a Kodak ZI-8 has over a flip. Flips are great, and then boom, they're quick and easy. You pop them out of your pocket and you're recording really quickly. The camera that I have here is a Canon. I spent 600 bucks on it. It's HD. It has some nice options. You can adjust. It has a lot of different adjustments. So you don't have to spend a whole lot for a camera. Now, if you want to go a little bit higher end, they're called 3-chip cameras. And you're going to be spending at least $1,600, $1,800 for a camera where you're going to have really good resolution. But for getting started, you don't really need that. But just to throw it out there, a great resource for all camera equipment. They're out of New York. It's called B&H Photo, okay? And B&H.com is the website, but I have obviously a catalog here. I mean, there are some little camera phones or cameras, like remote control, 25 bucks, 30 bucks. I mean, it's not that expensive to get going. Tripods. Well, you saw my little tabletop tripod. These are 3 or 4 bucks, okay, the cheap ones. They have ones that are more expensive that will grip on stuff and whatever, but that's all you need to put a camera in. A tripod like this right here is 25, 30 bucks. I like tripods where you're going to be able to get at least eye level. Ideally, you have something that's above eye level so that you can go above people's heads if you're in a crowd, okay? This is probably 45 or 50 bucks. Again, you want to read reviews when you're buying a camera or a tripod just to make sure that it's something that's going to be applicable and really beneficial for you. Now, editing. When you're putting your videos together, inevitably you're going to get something at the beginning or at the end that you want to cut out, right? Has anyone ever produced a video and it's like you're walking around to turn on the camera and you're walking back out? You know, there's a lot of different ways you can edit. I mean, one of the ways, I have a remote control. With a lot of the cameras you get today, with even the Kodak, remote controls are like $8, okay? So on, off, it makes it really convenient to have a remote control. As far as editing, you can put your videos up on YouTube and you can edit your videos on YouTube, okay? You have to, look for the video editor. You can chop off the ends, you can slice them up, you can put different videos together. So YouTube is very handy. It's not going to create like really smooth transitions, it's just chop, chop. You can't overlay them and make it real smooth, but still, it gets the job done, and then you resave it, you've got a nice new video. If you want to get a little bit higher end and you produce some nice videos, the industry standard is called Final Cut Pro. You're going to spend $500–600 for the software, and there's a pretty good learning curve with that. You're going to spend a lot of time to learn how to do Final Cut Pro. Now, there are some free software or video editing software. Who's a Mac user? Anyone in here? Mac user? Okay, iMovie on Mac. If you're on PC, it's Windows Movie Maker. And Windows Movie Maker, you can put graphics there, you can put some more audio, you can chop it up, put it together, make it blend. It's nice. It's quick and easy, and it's pretty low learning curve, and it works. So I remember the first video I did a couple hours ago when I got back into the industry. It took me 20 hours to produce my first video. It's pretty funny. Now I can do it in about 30–35 minutes, the same video. But a lot of that is just learning curve. You have to learn to go, okay, go back to YouTube and how do you do this and how do you do that, so there's a lot of learning to it. There are some free video creation sites that you can go to. And one of them is called Animoto, A-N-I-M-O-T-O, where you can upload a bunch of pictures, you can put graphics in there, you choose an audio track, you hit enter, boom, and a couple minutes later you've got a really cool video with pictures kind of coming together and blasting apart, and you got your graphics coming in, and it's a really neat site, and you can create 30-second videos for free. So if you have a dozen photos, you want to put them all together, create a nice photo or a nice video, boom, it's created in a few minutes, you've got it done. So it's animoto.com. The other one is onetruemedia.com, kind of the same thing, where you can take video clips, you can take photos, you put it all together, and you get a video spit out in a couple minutes. So, who here has a YouTube channel? YouTube channel? Anyone? So we got 3 people. So okay, YouTube. All right. I know Christine has a YouTube channel too. So YouTube, I'll talk about YouTube. 35 hours of content is uploaded every minute. 2 billion videos viewed every day. It's huge. That's where you want to be. 70% of all videos are viewed because you're watching one video and then you see another one that's suggested over on the side. So only 3 of you have YouTube channels. Does anyone know how to create a YouTube channel? Do you know how much they cost? They're free. Yes. So does anyone not have an email address? Really, that's all you need is an email address to create a YouTube channel. If you look at YouTube, in the very right corner of the top is sign in. Right next to that is create the channel. All you do is you click on that, you have your email address, and then you choose a username or a channel name. And when you're choosing a channel name, I'll just throw this out there. If you're an insurance agent, you probably want to have something like Insurance Agent Christine, right? Or if you do Mary Kay by, okay, whoever. If you are in mortgages, you know, home mortgages by, okay, you get the idea. You want to brand your channel with the type of videos that are going to be on your channel. And you want to, right away, so people come to your channel, they're going to see that, okay? And when you create your channel, you want to upload all your content. Put in your website link, put in your interests, your hometown, your books that you read. All that content, again, is know, like, and trust. I mean, you're doing it on Facebook, right? If you're on Twitter, you're probably doing it on Twitter as well. But why not do it on YouTube? You can put a photo of yourself and really go after branding yourself. And one thing, this is maybe a little bit down the road, but go to Fiverr and order a skin. You might have gone to some YouTube channels where they have really cool graphics around it. Go to Fiverr.com, spend $5 and get a really cool graphic that will wrap around your YouTube channel. Same thing you can do for your Facebook and your Twitter account is get a really cool graphic that goes with that. So, after you upload your video, and there are a couple people here, I'll just throw this out there. You want to have in your description box, the first thing in your description box is a link to your website or to your blog. So you have your YouTube channel open in one window, you have your website or blog and you open the other window. You want to grab the http://website.com, put that right in the description box. So that way, if people are watching your video, they go to your description,